What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. Filling in for your host, as always, it's Ronkly. Shosan is going to be closing on a house soon, so hopefully he'll be rejoining us soon from wherever he ends up putting his man cave or whatnot. But this is episode 121. Glad you're with us today. As always, we have we have one guest this week, but I guess he has to be both awesome and illustrious.
Not a guest as much as just your general co-host.
we're all guests here.
You got, Veg isn't here either. He talked about coming while show is closing on a house. Veg is sitting on a house.
Veg is sitting on a couple houses.
Yeah,
one is just not enough for Veg. So
I don't know where he is, but as always, I wrote a script. Ron is hosting the show. And we're going to give you some gaming news for the week.
Absolutely. And I guess that means you just spoiled what the first half of the show is, Dan.
The first half of the show is show's favorite part.
It's his favorite part of the show. It's
news. I wonder if show just doesn't join so that he can listen to them. Because it's always kind of fun to listen to the podcast when you're not on it. Right?
Like I don't know. I don't listen to the ones I'm not on.
I do. So I can come back and yell. Like that time Morphod had shit to say, and I was like, Morphod, what the fuck were you talking about?
No, yeah. Anyway, we've got news, and we have a lot of news actually, and it seems like classic games are the way to go these days. Sega has announced something called Sega Forever, and what are they doing with this?
They're basically mobile Sega. They're going to make supposedly, this is their plan, they're going to make every Sega game free on iOS and Android. They're going to release a new game every 2 weeks, starting at SG-1000, which was their first console, all the way through Dreamcast. Now, are they doing it in order? Are they doing it in order of popularity, in chronological order? If they don't make the kind of revenue they want, are they going to say, no, we're not going to do this anymore before, Sonic and Hydro Thunder and all the good games that you really want before they're gone? Who knows?
What is their pay model here? It looks like
it's free. Ads. They're going to have an ad before the game starts. So they said short ad. I don't know what that means, right? If you play Sonic and you play for 3 hours without ever exiting out, do you have to watch more than one ad? That's not totally clear. They're saying that you can pay. I haven't been watching or reading this on Eurogamer, so it's £2, so two British pounds, probably $4.99, $3.99, $2.99, something like that. And you can use that. You can pay not a subscription, but you can pay an unlock fee, and it'll disable the ads.
Interesting.
So you can play without ads.
And in other classic news, you called this.
I think we all kind of
absolutely called this. The Super NES Classic's been announced. Oh wait, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was quick.
Yep.
That escalated in a hurry.
and when they stop making this, while they're still making all kinds of money, can you guess what will come next?
The Switch Classic,
GameCube Classic.
Anyway,
Classic, whatever. So just expect this. I've decided, as much as I want this, I'm going to spend about $50 instead, buy a Raspberry Pi, and get emulators and some controllers, and have everything that I want.
There you go.
Dealing with waiting in the morning.
But this game has Super Mario World, Mario Kart, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, F-Zero, Donkey Kong Country, I believe. Is that Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Castlevania 4, and Mega Man 10, Star Fox, Yoshi's Island, Secret of Mana, and a bunch of others. Include what's this? Star Fox 2?
Apparently there was a Star Fox 2 game that was never released, and so they're throwing it on there. So it's 21 games. Conspicuously missing is Chrono Trigger.
Wow.
I'm a little surprised that's not on there, but with everything else that's on there, it's kind of okay.
Yep. And then Cole's saying that his issue with that is that exclusive game with Star Fox 2. But
Well, you better believe that the ROM that has all the 21 games is going to be. In fact, I read it was already available.
That's
right?
crazy.
So you can get that ROM that includes that game and put it on your Raspberry Pi or console cabinet or whatever it is that you want to run on.
What is this? But that just saying he's getting a 403 as well.
Well, I'm here and you're here, so clearly,
yeah, something's going weird with Google tonight. I imagine, and this is a Google thing and not a.
I will say that right now, uBlock Origin has said it's blocked 1,000 requests since we started talking. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's something crazy going on.
Yep.
I hope it's not them trying to join, so I'll disable that for now.
Yeah, let's see. I'm not getting nearly as many, but it's only saying 10. So
yeah.
Oh wait, this is Firefox. I'm not getting any on Firefox. I don't have an ad block on Firefox. So
yep. Although I doubt I'd be blocking them from joining. But
yeah, whatever. I know. Why would we? This is just really weird. Hopefully they'll figure it out. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's the classic games we've had. Got a little bit of Blizzard news. Of course, they did release the patch on Tuesday.
Yep. Necromancer is out. People are pretty happy with it. A couple people have done some kind of game-breaking builds. I imagine those will be patched for the season.
More than likely.
I ended up not buying it for now.
Really?
I figure it will eventually go on sale. Like, I'll probably buy it at some point, but I'm just not super duper into Diablo right now. I'm playing other stuff. And so there's no point in buying it if I'm not going to play it. I'll buy it when I'm ready to play it. So.
Excellent. So now, more Blizzard news. Heroes of the Storm has a event going on right now. Kind of lame. Sun's out, guns out. Really?
Get it?
Really?
It's kind of a lame name, but the prizes aren't so bad.
So exactly what are they doing with this? This looks like it's some kind of almost like a lottery.
Well, there's skins. Obviously, there's special Suns Out, Guns Out loot boxes. And you can get like bathing suit skins for a number of characters. Obviously, sprays and mounts and all kinds of shit. But if you win a game in any mode, that's including versus AI. So there's a lot of people playing like beginner AIs, just mid lane rushing, winning in like 5 minutes or whatever. They're giving away over 1 million loot chests total. So for each day that you win, one game, it's only their first game. So you get one entry per day if you win a game. And you're entered, and they're giving away. So a bunch of people get 5 loot chests. Some people get 50. There's some people who get a bunch of games and $250 Blizz balance.
Oh, that's really good.
30 legendary skins. And then there's like 10 people who get an Illidan statue. A few people who get a full PC rig, including like I don't know if it's Alienware or whatever, but it's a nice PC rig with all the accessories. And 2 people get a fully paid trip to BlizzCon.
Nice. Blizzard shelling out there for people. That's pretty cool.
Spend 5 minutes a day playing some HOTS.
Yep. And then starting tomorrow, I don't think we're going to be doing a whole lot.
Yeah, I'll be mostly watching Twitch.
I'll be watching Twitch myself. SGDQ starts tomorrow. Summer Games done quick. This time around benefiting Doctors Without Borders again. I know my boys from the Necrodancer group will be there. Mudjo and Spooty Biscuit. They'll be running Nocturna and possibly Diamond. That's an incentive fight. And lots of cool stuff going on there. I think I saw that they were going to do like an 8-way Mario Kart race.
That'd be crazy.
That is crazy. If they manage that, that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff there. I did not see what the finale was this year. Is it?
I'm not sure. But I mean, obviously they're doing Metroid as always.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's always going to be the kill the animals, save the animals, stuff like that.
The animals.
Let me see. The finale appears to be Earthbound this time around.
They should do it with a hacked ROM.
No, it's any % glitchless.
Yeah, but they should do the hacked ROM so they get to the final and then it deletes.
Sure.
That was probably the most evil DRM ever.
Very interesting. You say Super Metroid is on Friday night. So then it's not even a normal race. It's something called a low percent ice race. I have no idea what that is. It'll be interesting to check out. But I mean, there's a number of games after that. There's Final Fantasy VII, which is an 8-hour run. Maitre D, Rise of the Triad, Super Hot, Titanfall 2, Diablo 2, Dark Souls 3, Super Panga World, Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and then Earthbound's the finale. So,
yep.
Cole's is excited that Ape Escape is in there this week. That's going to be a 9:20 on Monday morning. That's going to be cool. Crypto the Necrodancer is going to be Thursday evening or Friday morning, depending on how you look at it. I think it's 12:13 Pacific there. That's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, SGDQ. It's always fun watching that. So definitely check that out over at twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. Yeah, I think that does it for news. I did not have anything specific this week other than SGDQ. That's pretty much the big thing everyone's going to be doing.
Yep.
So with that, we're going to move on to the next part of the show. This is the second half of the show. I'm sure Shosan's got a lot of input for this, but he's just not here to give it, and he's just broken up about it. And
I want to hear him talk about Elite Dangerous some more.
He hasn't played that in a while.
I know he hasn't. He was like all over it, and then he's just like, I'm not playing more.
Yep. And he bought a big setup for it and everything. It was pretty cool. So,
well, he broke the big setup. That's probably what happened. Is he probably threw that?
Oh, he probably threw it. Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna guess he threw it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gage is confirming there's a problem with Google right now. He's trying to invite people to hang out and get in a timeout error. So, yeah, those guys are kind of effed. So that kind of sucks. But we're moving on. We're in the next part of the show, and this is games. Characters. Email. Okay. What have you been playing?
So I played some Heroes of the Storm to get my entries.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing Overwatch, and I hit level 25. So I was like, what's this ranked thing?
Uh-oh.
And no, it's all right. I played some competitive games. I am ranked silver. Skip bronze, which is all right. It's interesting. It's interesting to me how the dynamic is different. In a regular quick match play, you like people trickle in, like, right, you die, you run back to the objective, and you hope that you don't die right away. And in competitive, even for ranking matches, for low level matches, people wait, they group up, they coordinate their ults, like there's a lot of times where I lose a bunch of games in a row, and I'm like, the common denominator of all these lost games is me. Did I actually have shitty teams every single one of these games? And when I'm playing in competitive and I actually have people that are trying to care and not just spamming stuff, I was winning more than losing. So I think I just get paired with shitty people a lot.
Nice.
And also, Cole says we're bronze buddies. No, I just said I'm silver. And I've also been playing.
Confirmed. Cole sucks at Overwatch.
Yeah. Playing some Reigns on my phone. It's a pretty fun game. It's like a card. It's like Tinder RPG. You swipe left or right, depending on if you want to say no or yes, and it's like you're a king, and the Pope's like, you want to build more churches, and you can say yes or no. And if you say yes, then you get like bonus to your religion, but minus to your money. So you have money, military, people, and religion. And so each decision raises some or lowers some. And then if any of them completely deplete, then you lose the game. And then you start off with a new king. And it's like Rogue Legacy. It's like a lineage of your kings or whatever. And there's like little quests to do, and in each game is like 5 minutes, so it's pretty fun just to kill a couple minutes in between a meeting or something.
Nice. Anything else?
Cole says he picked up. I'm assuming this is Fury. Furi.
I don't know. With him, that might be furry.
That's what I was. He also asked, "Did you see what happens if any of the meters get filled?" And I don't know if I did. I met the devil in one part, and I think all my meters got filled up, but I think that was just a side thing. I don't think that's happens every time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but it's fun.
But yeah, I've actually done quite a bit the last week, and thanks to Steam sales, a few new things in here. Starting with Robots in the Wild. This is a game I saw a while back. It's kind of like half puzzle, half survival. And basically, you drop these square blocks. There's like these pipes, and if you make the pipes into certain shapes, it will create different robots. And there's robots that shoot. There's robots that provide light. Robots that provide energy. And you have to fend off these other robots until you can get rescued. And depending on the planet you are, it might be one night, it might be 2 nights. You might have to survive a whole week, stuff like that. So it's kind of neat. Haven't put a whole lot of time into it, but it's pretty decent. Another one, Shell Shock Live. I think we've talked about something like this before. It's like a Scorched Earthish game. And it's interesting. I, again, haven't gotten too far into it. Have done a bunch of Crypt, of course. I finally got my all characters mode win after like a month of trying. Oh, it was crazy. Before the DLC, it only took me 3 attempts. I'd had it done in one night. But this one, for whatever reason, just couldn't get past the challenge characters and was just having a heck of a hard time until finally it clicked. So I'm glad to have that done. I was in another tournament this week, but boy, was I bad at it. I did lose to the eventual winner, which makes me feel okay.
Second place, right?
No, unfortunately, that wasn't in the finals.
Yeah, but if you lost to the winner, that means you're second place.
Yeah, but only if you're the last one to lose to the winner. The last.
But you're essentially equivalent to the last one who lost to the winner. So you're like tied for second place.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because the 2 heavy favorites, Spoody Biscuit and Disgruntled Goof, both got bounced in the semifinals. That was very interesting to have those 2 out early. So, pretty interesting. Also, because I've been talking. I think last week I talked about Creeper World 4 has been teased. So I played a little bit of Creeper World. It's kind of cool. Distance has been one I've been playing a lot of, the racing game by Refract Studios. Having a lot of fun with that. I found a guy that also plays as well. So we've been kind of watching each other's streams, which is kind of funny. And then the cool thing that happened this week. I did my 6 Degrees of Sunday stream on Sunday, of course. And I was just going to play the 3 the 3 newest games that are in development. There's Overload, there's Geocore, and there's or not Overload, Geocore, Soul Contingency, and something called Talon. And I played those. I was like done with them. It's okay. I'm kind of early. Okay, let me play Overload. And while I'm in the middle of playing Overload, Shaddix, from the guy that runs Shots Fired, comes in a scream and says, "Hey, can you play Sublevel 0 or something? Because I'm about to host you with the rest of the marathon."
Nice.
Awesome. So he hosted me up, and I switched over. I had like 50 people watching, played 2 games of Sublevel 0. Second game, world record, 25-23.
Nice.
In front of a large audience. It was really awesome. So that was the highlight of my week for sure in terms of gaming. So
Cole says if you can play Necromancer with a controller. The answer is yes. You can absolutely map stuff to the up, down, left, right. So you can map the action keys. So like you cast your spell, put down a bomb or whatever. You can have it so if you press like up and down at the same time, left and right at the same time, and it makes it so all you have to have is your 4 fingers and the arrow keys if you're playing with a keyboard. But you can also map those to other keys. I believe, Ron, you do that.
Yeah, I do that. I have movement on one hand and everything else on the other 6 actions.
But
it's I mean doing it the way that it's originally set up for is not wrong either. There's actually a lot of high level players that play it the original way.
Yeah, but you don't lose your rhythm that way.
Mm-hmm.
You're always tapping on your arrow keys.
Yep.
Plus, I mean, you're not really doing it the wrong way.
Not at all.
I mean, I'm not a high level player. I'm not even a mid level player, but I always play with a keyboard. I tried playing with a controller for a while and just didn't feel right. So you can play however you want.
Very cool. And I think that just about does it for all that. Anything else you want to add for this part before we move on?
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
We got to go on to the third half of the show.
Well, yeah, we're going to go down to the third half of the show, and this is Shoson's favorite half. I mean, he loves this half more than any other half. It's like it's his first child.
It's his better half.
It's like it's his better half. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. So this is the round table, where we absolutely don't have a round table, but we sit around something and talk about various gaming related things. And Dan, the man with the plan, has the question this week.
So what game should get a remake that hasn't had a remake or hasn't had a remake recently?
So
there's some games that have been remade, but it was a long time ago, or it wasn't that good, or whatever. So maybe you're like, well, I like this other game, but we had a remake.
Oh no. This is gonna get silly. What are you doing?
Silly.
Ow! Get out of here! Oh, that hurt.
From now on, my favorite part of the podcast is that.
Yeah, it's funny. She leaves for work right in the middle of it now because starts at 9:30. But yeah, remakes. Damn, I can't really.
Like,
you have something in mind for it?
Just so my parents are visiting this weekend, and I was thinking about when I was a kid, we had an Apple IIe, and so we had Mom's Adventure Game and Dad's Adventure Game. Dad's Adventure Game was like Ultima 2, I think, maybe 1 or 2, and Mom's Adventure Game was Alcabeth, which is technically Ultima 0. So both of them were Alcabeth games, but they look different. So I played those. I would be interested to see those games remade in 3D, like as a full RPG.
Yeah.
And then there was also we played Lode Runner a lot.
Oh geez, yeah.
And there was a sort of like 3D Lode Runner game thing that got created in the mid 90s, I guess. But I'd really like a 3.5 or 2.5D, something like Ori and the Blind Forest, or like just the old side scroller gameplay, but with updated graphics.
Coles is gunning for my heart here. He says E.T. needs a remake.
Kappa.
No, just drop the Kappa. Just go ahead, remake E.T. It's gonna be great.
Hey, what's ET short for?
The extraterrestrial.
No, because his legs are short.
Fucking Christ, Dan. What the fuck? That's horrible. Why?
Amazing.
Why?
It's my favorite joke that I've heard recently. Wow. My second favorite joke is, you want to hear a knock knock joke?
No.
Pretend you said yes.
Okay, well, pretend I said yes, but I didn't.
2 guys walk into a bar.
It's not a knock joke.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, that's the joke.
That's a joke.
It's a knock joke. 2 guys walk into a bar.
Knock knock.
Knock knock.
I give up. Yeah. Back to the topic at hand. I was thinking of F-Zero.
Thank you, Coles.
I saw F-Zero on that Super NES Classic, and I was like, man, I remember that game. I remember being good at that game. Why don't they make games that cool these days?
They made a few games sort of like it, but
yeah, there hasn't been an actual F-Zero game since 2004.
Ooh, so that's a while.
Yeah, it's quite a while. So, yeah, the one thing that I really liked about it was that there were like the different circuits and stuff. You could play through them. There were bigger and better challenges, stuff like that. That's pretty neat. Cole says remake Ape Escape. Why not?
Zach Thackeray, Passive, Exolam, always. What do you guys think? Any game that you wish they'd remake, either better graphics, different gameplay.
I'm thinking like another good one would be like all the old Dungeons and Dragons series. Like I remember playing Curse of the Azure Bonds on a Commodore. Put that out on a present day system on PC or something. That was so good.
And can you imagine like what was that called? Chips Challenge?
Which one?
Chips Challenge. It was like I think it came with Windows 3.1 or maybe 95, and it was but it was like in the extra pack of like stuff you could get.
I vaguely remember this.
You had to like get keys to open colored doors, and there were like conveyor belts and shit.
Another one they need to remake. How about Marble Madness?
Yes.
It baffles me to this day how that didn't get a sequel. It almost had a sequel.
Well, like Monkey Ball.
Marble Madness 2 was a thing. And it never happened because they just ditched it. It was supposed to be a 3-player game, but it never came out.
I feel like there's got to be Android versions of Marble Madness.
I mean, there's Marble Madness came out on a whole bunch of different consoles. This Commodore 64, I think it was on Amiga. Nintendo, of course, had a version of it. It was such a good game, and the concept is so original, and no one came out with anything close to it.
Yeah. Zack Attacker says that he thinks they should bring back Furry Graphics Ikea. I didn't know that there was ever a Furry Graphics Ikea. But that's kind of scary. Today, the Discord channel for IKEA was might well has been Furry Graphics IKEA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Cold wants them to remake WoW in Unreal Engine. I don't think that's going to happen, buddy.
No, sir.
Oh, sorry. Zack Attacker was referencing Earth Eternal.
Earth Eternal?
Yes. Furry Graphics IKEA. Yes, I get it. For a while, Matt spun off a company, made a game called Earth Eternal that was like basically almost a browser-based MMO. Did pretty well for a while, and then ended up running out of money, and unfortunately had to shut it down. But that meant Matt now went back to Iron Realms and has been involved in IKEA and stuff. So that's been a cool thing for those people.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, he was joking that they shouldn't remake it, but there were actually a lot of people who were really into it, and I played it for a little bit. It was pretty fun. For a free MMO, not a bad thing. So,
talking about Atari 2600 games again. I hate going back to that, but another game I would like to see remade is Star Raiders.
I never played that.
It was a pretty cool game, a space combat game, but there's also a little bit of strategy behind it as well. For the 2600 specifically, it came with this little keypad-ish type thing that you had to use to issue commands and stuff. It was really neat. Yeah, Bertrand saying that there was a Marble Madness-like game. There's been a couple Marble games, but nothing like Marble Madness.
I don't know if it was probably, I don't think it was actually Space Raiders, but I definitely played something like this on Apple IIe.
I don't think Star Raiders was on the Apple.
There's some. What was it called? Apple IIe Horizon.
Horizon?
It's called Horizon Z, maybe. It's called Horizon Z. Horizon
V.
V? Is that it?
Yeah, Horizon V.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, it's kind of got this like plane going on.
Yeah, you definitely, yeah.
This like purple plane with a grid and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was, yeah, there we go.
Yep. Nice. Well.
Yeah, that was some 3D gaming for me.
Yeah, I know, right? This is neat to have those games back in the day. So, yeah, very cool. Anything else that comes to mind? I would say Descent, except they just started remaking it. So,
actually, speaking of that, I'm not going to go get it right now. But one of the things my parents brought when they came was a box of a bunch of crap that I kind of set aside a while back, and they're just like, here, take all your crap out of our house because now you have a house. And one of them was just a box of old CDs, and one of them is my original Descent CD.
Yeah.
The CD-ROM that looks like the shield sphere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Jumpman as a platform game? Well, what was that one? You might, Borjarno, you might be familiar with something called Aztec's Challenge then?
Well, I thought Jumpman was originally what they called Mario. Wasn't Mario called Jumpman?
I don't think so. Well, I'm like looking at it's got like ladders and stuff.
Apparently, there's a song by Drake called Jumpman. That's definitely
I had
messing up my search right here.
Yep. Top result. Very good. Yeah, it looks interesting. It's got kind of like a Donkey Kongish aesthetic in terms of the way that the levels look, but obviously like super old graphics. Yeah, pretty cool. Probably one of the most unique games I ever saw was a game called, I think it was just called Necromancer. And it was like this game where you had to save these, get these seeds, and then plant the seeds and make the trees. And then at the end of the game, that you were like fighting off this horde of things, and it's just really nice how the game was different as you went through the phases. And you could never really lose the game until the last stage, which was really nice. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff. So,
cool.
Yeah. All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for the night. I've got a few extra things I need to do before finishing the day up. So, yeah, glad you guys could all join us today. And hopefully we'll be back next week and figure out what the heck went wrong with Google today. But who knows? So, yeah. Dan, want to say goodbye?
Yes. Thanks to the Achaeans who showed up and said hi. And Borjarnon said Mario was originally called Jumpman, but the game's creator himself said he might have unintentionally aped the name from Donkey Kong. Apes the name. And said that he based it on Donkey Kong's. This Jumpman can move around the stage much better than Jumpman Mario could in DK. And there were puzzle levels. And I watched a little footage of it. It definitely looked like a pretty advanced Atari game for the time.
Seems about right. So yeah. Cool.
But yeah, yes. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, okay, people, and we're here every Saturday night at 10 Central. I want to say Central Standard, but it's not always Standard. So Central Time.
It's daylight right now.
Yeah, it's daylight time.
And the main reason we want to say Standard is because Shosan says Standard and says fun time.
Yes, he does.
We love you, Show. All right, guys, we're done here. I'm Ron Klee, and we will see you guys next week. So, Dan, go ahead and take it away.
See you. Bye.